What's happening, man? Boskoff back with another update video for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Today we get a little bit more information and some gameplay footage and breakdown for Android 21. So sit back and get ready for this, guys. I'm gonna give you the information that I know based off of this video, and also based off a tidbit of information that I've seen like floating around online. So if I'm wrong about anything, guys, do feel free to correct me. But within doing that, make sure you guys also watch the full info video, so that way, in case before correcting me if I'm wrong, like you won't miss anything that I might have said in a later video, because I've noticed in some past videos some people will like, oh, you missed this, or this may be wrong, which is cool, but it's most of the time that happens to be something that I said or covered in later down the line inside of the video. Other than that, let's get into this. Android 21. So this is confirmed. The guy says that before I get into this is gameplay. This is not my footage by any means. This is gameplay that was put up on the Game Informer website and YouTube channel. One of the representatives that's working with Bandai Namco Arc System Works from Dragon Ball FighterZ is doing a gameplay breakdown and showing the footage, and he's talking to the guy at Game Informer, and he's confirming some stuff. One of the things that he's confirming is one, Android 21 is the final playable character within the main roster of the video game, which brings the game up to 24 characters for launch. That is a really healthy list. I know in the past, in various Dragon Ball Z games, we're used to getting a lengthy list, but for the game first starting out and for something brand new, this is actually a pretty cool list. I'm very okay with this list. That's actually really good. And it's actually cool to see another character, Akira Toriyama, designed specifically for a game. It's always cool seeing not only Akira Toriyama, but other designers, anime designers and character designers go out of their way to make a character specifically for a game. So that's pretty cool. Something else that he also confirms at the very end of the video is that Android 21 is a Majin / Android character, because the representative makes a comment saying that Android 21 will be the two were talking about how this will be another female character added to the roster, because other than Android 18, Android 21 is the only female character in the roster. And so he makes a comment, not only is this another female character added to the roster, but you can now have a full team of androids and Majins inside of the game. Now, we talked about this before in the video. I'm still confused as to how Android 21 goes from being an android to a Majin, if she's even an android at all, or anything like that. And for all we know, both of these guys could have like the complete wrong information or anything, but I'm gonna say this guy, just for the sake of him working there and showing off his footage and giving off information, I'm gonna say this guy knows what he's talking about. I could be wrong, we all could be wrong, but he says this character, with this character, you can have an android, a full team of android and Majins, because he's like, if you wanted to, you could have Android 16, Android 18, and Android 21, or you could have Majin Buu, Big Buu, you can have Kid Buu, and you can have Android 21. So I'm still confused as to how that is happening, but apparently it's a thing, and we'll know more when the game comes out and we'll see the story mode. And also, this character is unlocked through beating the story inside of the game. So that is the only way you can unlock her, which is cool too. I mean, since she most definitely is probably more than likely the final boss. There's something else that was talked about in here, and then we'll get into gameplay, which I don't think there is like a 0.1% chance that this is true, but they were talking, and they were talking about how Android 21 was drawn by Akira Toriyama specifically for this game, and the other guy at the Game Informer had said something along the lines of, oh well, that's pretty cool considering all the rest of the characters inside of the roster for this game are from the show and from the movies. Now, with that comment, really do take that with a grain of salt, because as he said that, I thought to myself, so you say, because when he said that, oh, the characters are from the show and the movies, the other guy, the representative from Dragon Ball FighterZ, confirmed that. He was like, yeah, that's right. This character, rest of the characters are from those, and this character is drawn by Akira Toriyama. I could be taking that way out of context, but when I first heard that and I sat back and I watched the video again as both of them are sitting here confirming this shit, I thought to myself, so this may confirm the fact that the DLC characters in the game that we were hearing, being Broly and Bardock, might actually be true. But a lot of people have said within these clips and stuff that they've been showing of gameplay, when it's come to going to Bandai Namco and getting footage of this, basically they've been rushed, or they've had little amount of time to show anything, to get any footage or do anything with this game. So it could be that the Game Informer guy was under the impression that, oh, a lot of characters in the roster from games and movies, probably not knowing anything about knowing a lot about DBZ, and then the other guy in a hurry probably might have been like, oh yeah, you know, blah blah blah, yeah, they're from just going along with it. I don't know. Or could be a little hint there at the kind of the DLC list. So be on the lookout for that. That's not like something that's kind of a confirm, but that is more of a just keep your eyes peeled when I heard that. Other than that, let's jump into actual gameplay of this character. So my Android 21, just like every other character, she has low attack, medium attack, high attack, and a key attack. And it goes right off into showing her first special, which is her normal fireball. The low version of that is just a straightforward fireball, a projectile across the screen, and then the medium version of that is actually an anti-air that shoots upwards. And then also she has another special, which is kind of like a dive bomb special, kind of like how Beerus has. He has a low hitting one, and a medium hitting, and a high hitting one. And then there's also a meter burn version, which actually does a ground bounce of the other character, which allows for combo extenders and more hits within your combo, as he goes on to show that. And then the next thing we see here, which is probably the most important part and the most unique part for Android 21, is what we've seen in scans, is her ability to take moves from other characters. She steals 2 moves from Goku Black. She steals the Kameha Wave, and she steals the Solar Flare. And if you see above the meter bar, she has her own little UI dedicated to her, and she gets 4 different slots. So that means among the 3 opponents that you face off as being this character, you have 4 chances to steal 4 different types of moves. I'm assuming that you can at least steal 2 moves from each character. So I'm saying that a lot of this character's potential is going to be stealing moves from other characters, using those moves against the opponents and things like that, kind of like in something like you would see with Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. So not only does she steal Goku Black's move, but she's also able to steal her moves from herself, when the representative plays against the doppelganger version of the character. He steals a move from her, and what it does is it gives her a kind of like an added effect onto her Ki Blast attack. Everybody's high attack is you can either hit them high, you can hit low. With Android 21, she doesn't have that per se. She just gets a normal overhead. It's kind of like a roundabout kick, and gives them a normal overhead. And that's whether you're in the air, whether you're on the ground. So that's something that's interesting for her. She doesn't get like how it shows with Vegeta, how with the camera angle change and it hits him to the ground and have the ground bounce. She doesn't get that. All she does is she gets an overhead, which can extend the combos, which if you're talented enough with this character, you got enough practice, you can combo into more supers and things like that. And speaking of supers, when it goes in and shows supers, she has 3 different supers for this character. One of the supers is kind of like a ground finger laser. It kind of resembles what Cell does. Cell doesn't have this as a super, but how he has like the ground wave explosion. She does like a finger laser and has a ground wave explosion. Kind of like it reminded me of Cell's. Another one of her special moves is the level 3 super, which turns her opponents, like we said last time, into different sweet assorted snacks. She's facing off against Android 21. She turns herself into a fucking macaroon, and then when she's facing off into Goku Black, she turns Goku Black into a donut. So I don't know if there's like different sweets for each character. I highly doubt it. It's probably like the only two, but so far we've seen her turn the characters into macaroons and donuts. And then she has another character which kind of resembles she has another super which kind of resembled Goku Black's super. His level 3, what it looked like, where it kind of dashes around you before it does the final hit, and hers is kind of like that in the beginning, but instead of getting like Zamasu to come in and assist, hers is she just blasts you on the ground, and that's her move for that. And that's pretty much it for this character. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna put the link in the description box down below for this character of Android 21. Like I said, let me know what you guys think about this character and things like that. The only thing that I'm confused about in this, I like her moveset. I like the way she looks. I like the fact that she can take other characters' abilities. The thing that I'm most like concerned about and most confused is how in the high fuck does an Android character go from being an Android into a Majin that not only has the ability to like turn people into candy, but she has the ability to take other people's abilities. And I know like Majin Buu, he was able to copy other people's abilities just by looking at them, but it was never I'm going to take your ki and now like instantly know it. So I don't know, maybe that's the thing with like the Majin race, but I'm just confused as how she's going from an Android to a Majin, if she's, once again, if she's an Android at all. So other than that, man, that's it for this update video. I do appreciate you guys watching. Make sure y'all check out the video because there is like a combo. He's got like a combo expose at the end of the video that he's showing here with Android 21, showing off some of her supers and specials and different combos you can pull off with her. If there's any more information that comes out before this game's released, I definitely will let you guys know. I'm fucking excited, man. We got about 4 days, actually, depending on how you count this shit, 3 to 4 days of excitement before Dragon Ball FighterZ drops. So I don't think we'll be, if we see any more information about this game, it'll probably be after the release of Dragon Ball FighterZ, with more information about what's actually in the season pass and the DLC and things like that. And if that does drop, when that does drop, I definitely will update you guys and keep y'all informed on that. Other than that, you already know what to do, man. This is Bossgolf talking about Android 21 and Dragon Ball FighterZ. Let me know what you guys think about in the comment section down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so that way when I drop more information and gameplay for Dragon Ball FighterZ, you guys will definitely be the first to know. I'm out this bitch. Y'all already know what it is. Make sure y'all keep them schlongs long and clips tight. And I will see you to the hoes on the flip one. Peace.